Baxter, go away. Yeah, I know, I see you. Go away. Okay, so this program is called BeepBox. It's a music making program. I've been using it for a few months and it's pretty good. Um, so here, let me show you. Oh, what the hell is this? Here, I'll show you my most recent song. And this is what it looks like when you make a song. And you can export the song to a WAV file. I don't know if it's just WAV files. Here, let me check. Okay, so MP3, mid, okay, all this shit. So, yeah. But here's one of them, the most recent one. Okay, so that's my most recent one. Um, it's not a very complex program to use. It's pretty simple. So let me talk about it. So this is BeepBox. You can see it right here. I have a lot of BeepBox tabs open. These are songs that I've worked on and aren't finished enough to export. Yeah. So one cool feature about this is they have a whole section down here, where you can share your songs. Um, yeah, and I think you just send it to their Twitter. Wow, this guy makes a lot. Jesus Christ. Yeah. And I've checked out some of these songs a little bit. You know, you just click on the URL and it'll send you the link. So here, let's check this one out. Oh, he made Undertale. Okay. Well, I don't even have to listen to that. I've heard that song like 500 times. So, let's see, what's this? Oh, Jumbox. Chiptune melodies. What the hell is a chiptune? Ooh. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty cool. Yeah, but you can just do that. So it's pretty simple. Let me get a song that I don't really need. Yep, don't need this one. Okay, so I'll just show you how to make a song. So you have all these little tabs here, these little boxes with numbers on them. What are these? Well, these are your instruments. So this one's a timpani, this one's a marimba, a pulse bass, or a pulse brass, I mean, and then typically you have a drum kit. This one's chip. And you can change them over here, underneath or over type, and then just click on it, and then you got all these. So, how do you make a song with this? Well, the first thing I typically do is I'll adjust this. This is your entire song. This is the base of your song here. So, Scale, I typically go blues good or blues bad. Most of my songs are in this one. Most of them. It's just a different kind of scale. It sounds different. And I'll talk about these in a minute. But just because I'll just start out on the easy one, just for demonstration. I typically like to go to C sharp for the key. But you can choose any of these from I think that's middle C. I think middle C um up to B, which is almost an octave above. So, yeah. So now you got that one. Now you got the set or the key and the scale. Now you need the tempo. Typically I'll just keep it at 150, but today I'll try experimenting. I'll go 135. Let's give that a try. And then rhythm, don't really mess with this. If you're not, this is like 4/4, 3/4, 7/4, stuff like that. So your time signature. I don't really mess with the time signature on these songs. 4/4 works perfectly fine. The volume, that's for each instrument. So underneath this, where it says instrument settings, here are all your settings. I'm not gonna go into customized instrument. That's a little bit more extreme. I don't really need to talk about that one. So let's try blow bottle. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Marimba. Okay, I can work with that. What's pulse brass? Yeah, that one's kind of nasty. Let's see what else they got. Flute. Ooh, that one's got some nice bass to it. So I'll go with that one. And the drum set. I don't typically go. I just go with, I just go with drums kit. And then typically there's a snare. I don't know why it's not loading the snare this time. I guess I just don't get a snare with this one, but okay. Anyway, so yeah, now we got all that done. Now I'm gonna work on the bass, aka the flute, because that's the lowest pitched instrument, and then the drum set. I typically start with the drum set. So let's just go like this. Oops. So see, you have 16 little notches here that you can mess with. And 2 of these, I believe, or wait, 16. So 1, 2, 3. So there's 8 of these rectangles here. So 2 of these equals 1 beat. Sorry. So anyway, 2 of these equals 1 beat. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 beats. Yeah, so let's just put the bass. So like this. So that, and you just go to 2. Okay, that's a nice drum sound. I mean, you can do stuff like this. This really can add some flavor to it too. But for this song, it sounds a little too fast, and it makes it seem more immediate, kind of. It's a little faster. Anyway, so now let's work on the flute. So, I typically will put the first note of the song, I will put on that very first box. Either like this or like this, whatever. All of it works. So, okay, we got a bass line. Okay. What if... And typically, I would... So, okay, so that was just kind of me messing around, seeing how the marimba sounds with the flute. So now I'm actually gonna, like, try and write something. So da 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 da. So what if I do that? Oops. Yeah, that could sound pretty nice. take out what I don't need. So typically, you don't want to make it too complex. So that's maybe a little bit too much. So yeah, really make sure that the bass and your lead instrument and your bass work well together, because those are your two things that everybody's going to be focusing on. Let's try blow bottle. Was this okay? That's interesting. Yeah, maybe that's a little bit too much. I get some parts of this marimba away. So I'm gonna take the marimba from the lead instrument to a secondary rhythm instrument. So typically I like to have two rhythm instruments, your drum set and your bass. So in this case, the flute and the standard drum set. And then I like to have something I call like a medium instrument. It's that instrument that solos but also does the bass. So it's like the melody and the bass at the same time. And that's the marimba. In this case. And then blow bottle is my lead instrument currently. So it goes okay, that's nice. So typically for the first couple measures, and these are measures here, these little boxes here, each one of these represents a measure. So typically for the first measure, I'll have drum set and bass, just for that one measure. Or sometimes I'll do the melody instrument. That doesn't really work out in this case. Let's try the medium. Okay, that works out pretty well. Let's try the bass with that. Okay, so now here's the part where you can notice some problems is you kind of section them out. You kind of section each instrument when you're working on it. So now I noticed a bit of a problem that the marimba and the bass, when you have the blow bottle and the drum kit and all this stuff happening, you don't notice it, but it does kind of change the sound. A little bit too much. Okay, okay, now we got some. Okay, okay, now we got the melody and the bass. So what if I take the drums out of the first measure? Okay, you don't have any structure. Okay, so let's just change that. And typically for the second measure, you do not want to add the melody instrument in too early, because then after a while it'll become too repetitive. So I typically added the third and the fourth measure. So see, and then now I'm gonna add a solo. Sig out the marimba. So now it's just the flute and the blow bottle. So let's go good. And then typically I'll have probably 2 or so measures of each instrument solo. Sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 5. It really just depends. So now I'm gonna split that up. Oops. There. And see, that worked. So now let's just go to the solo section. You want to make sure that even through the solo, if it's not a bass solo, that you have the bass in there because that adds the foundation for the solo. So what if I do that? Okay, that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to do the bass. So I typically like to have it when it's a bass solo. The very last note is going to be the beginning of this one. See there? Now it's perfect. Oh wait, this is a marimba. My bad. It's a marimba. So now I'm going to take out... Actually, I'm going to keep the bass in. Well, here, let's see how it sounds with bass first. So it's the marimba solo, so dun. So what if I do that? Dun, 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 dun. I'm not a singer, by the way. And then typically when the solo is going to end, I'll end on the tonic, which is the first of the measure, or the first of the solo. The first of the scale. Jesus Christ. The bass isn't noticeable enough. What if I did something like this? So, so I've done that many times before where I'll have the bass kind of do this. How does that sound on its own? It's not enough, I don't think. If I do that. Okay. Now let's just add that higher octave in there. Oh, that's too much. So what if I add a little chord here? Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. So let's try it with the song. Okay, that adds some bass. I don't like it that it doesn't start on the 2. It kind of pisses me off. Or, wait, sorry. Wait. Whoops. 1, 2. Sorry, it doesn't start on the 3. My bad. Sorry. Let's see, how does it sound? Okay, that adds some good foundation to it. So how does that doesn't end yet? So it ends there. Typically, if I'm gonna end a solo, I'll just do a walk down like this. And I'll just kind of see now. It ends on the first half of the third. So now I can start the bass solo. So bass solo is gonna start here. That's right. Do it. And then typically when I have a bass solo, I'll cut all the instruments because well, the bass is kind of hard to hear. That's just normal. So when you're writing a bass solo, just make sure that if if you need a drum kit, then only do like then do very subtle like this. See? It's just nice and simple. But in this case, that doesn't seem to work out well. And then for this one, what if I end on the high tonic? And that's the end of the song. So what if I have on this one here? And boom, end of the song. So let's review the whole song. Boom, end of the song. So yeah, that's the whole. So that's how to make a song in BeepBox, and then you can export it however you want. Okay, so that took about 20 minutes to make. Um, if you have a song, most songs, because this is just like a baseline song. The song's not very complex. It doesn't take very long to make. Most songs will take about either 30 minutes to an hour to make. That's just